Hey guys, I want to hear that low note, that high note. Don't be turning it down before then. Richie Castellano worked on that forever, okay? A Blue Oyster Cult fame. Don't be turning it down too soon. That high note has to be played before I go. That's Ryan and we'll call him Kevin. No, Jason. He went to a concert somewhere in Prospect Park. That's in Brooklyn, isn't it, Jace?
Yeah, that's Brooklyn.
And who'd you see?
Courtney Barnett.
Oh, she's terrific. Nice
Absolutely.
Australian bitch out in her late 50s with saggy tits.
Close enough.
Who the fuck is Courtney Barnett? And why is she more famous than me? Welcome to the show. Why is she more famous than me at this point? Name one of her songs, please.
Pedestrian at Best.
Oh, Pedestrian at Best. That was our wedding song in the fucking way.
Not surprising. It's a good one.
Oh, shut it. She wasn't even born when I got married. Courtney Barnett. Have you ever? That's why I love Jason and fucking Ryan. They are as white as they can be. They think that's real music. I'm dressed like I'm working for fucking TD Ameritrade. What the? Which way does this go? Anyway, hey, shout out. What is a shout out? This is Patreon, by the way. This is the subscriber show only on Thursdays. Shout out to Christopher Burkbile. I believe that's how it's pronounced. Why is he getting a shout out? Because he joined at the Michael level, the Michael Corleone $30 level, which people are still signing up at. So anybody out there bitching and moaning that you can't afford it, it's called the free market, motherfuckers, okay? Thank you, Christopher. Shout out to you. He gets a free hat or T-shirt, 20% off merchandise. He already ordered the Nick DiPaolo summer dress and the hoop skirt that goes with it. Anyways, tour dates real quick. This Saturday night, July 28th, the Fat Black Pussycat. I was just there last night. Had a little incident. I'll tell you about it in a second. Just a great fucking room. It is. It's bohemian-like, I tell you. Friday and Saturday, September 14th and 15th, Arlington Draft House, Arlington, Virginia. Friday, September 21st, the Orpheum Theater, Flagstaff, Arizona. I hope it's not on fire. And my apologies. I referred to Arizona as the West Coast, and some guy got a little upset at that. And do you understand? Anything fucking west of the Mississippi to people from New York and Boston is the West Coast. That's all. I didn't mean anything by it. But I can see why you'd take offense after seeing what's going on the West Coast. You know, i.e. L.A. and San Francisco and all the other liberal shitholes. Yeah, can't wait to get out there. September. And there'll be dates filled in. Go to nickdip.com. There'll be more dates coming up that they trickle in, you know. I got to be honest with you, I prefer making people laugh right here in my goddamn house. I don't have to deal with TSA looking up my ass. Is that a bottle of water? Where you going with it? I'm going on the plane with it, motherfucker. You dehydrate me like an apricot 6 seconds into the flight. It's a bottle of goddamn water. You have water in the toilet, in the plane, so what? What's the problem? And quit stealing shit out of people's luggage at Newark, LaGuardia/Kennedy. Could you read about a story about that every day? For the love of Pete's sake, I can fly 3,000 miles to perform, or I can walk down 12 steps. What would you do? You got to do both. I mean, I have a champagne, taste. You can tell by the shirt and tie that I live high off the hog. Can't you? Put yourselves on camera, will you? It'll kill 3 seconds. Let's take a look at the whitest kids we've ever met in our lives.
Hi, guys.
Is it the lighting in there, or did you guys did you die 3 weeks ago?
These computer lights are really white, so.
It's partially lighting, partially genetics.
Guys make the Hansons look like the fucking Detroit Pistons.
GoPro.
All right. I can hear you guys. I don't know why I do my funniest shows when it's only for Patreon. Maybe because they pay. No, it just comes out that way. I'm trying to figure all this out. And I mentioned this yesterday, by the way. And thumbs up to Patreon, because we woke up. This is what happened, folks. I'm not a tech genius, and we'll talk about Zuckerberg. Apparently, he isn't either. But I woke up, and I wanted to see how many people had signed up. I keep track of the patrons on Patreon. And I can do that in an app on my phone. It gives me a number that you can all see, how many patrons, and on my iPad. But that number that they put up is lower than the actual number of people who have signed up. I don't understand why they do that. They'll probably fix it. These guys are fairly new, and I love that they provide this platform for me. So I sat down at this computer here and tried to log on a couple times. I never understand this either. Auto login. I fucking hit it twice, and twice it says invalid password or whatever the fuck. And apparently my wife had changed it for some reason. I didn't know. But after the third attempt, it booted me off. And it said you're going to be booted off for 12 hours. And I was shitting my pants. We didn't know that we were going to be able to fucking do a show on Patreon tonight. And after my wife emailed the company a few times, got an answer from them, and they fixed it. You know. But I think that because they're so new, we're sort of a guinea pig. That was not an Italian joke. But they got back to us, and I appreciate that 1,000%. Could I say that? 888-599-NICK. 888-599-6425. 888-599-6425 is the phone number. So, yes, they took care of business. I have 720 or 725 subscriptions after, what is this, beginning? What is this, a second, third week? That's pretty damn good. I appreciate the support, folks. As you know, I have a horrible coke habit, and my wife likes the ponies, so we're up to our fucking ass in debt. When I say she likes the ponies, it wasn't a sexual joke. She's a gambler. That's a big lie, too. Anyways. Oh, and by the way, see if we fixed it. Nope, it didn't work. Son of a bitch. You know how my coaster... Some guy on Patreon said, he must be from an alcoholic family. He said, my uncle taught me a great trick. You get a napkin, you put salt on it, and then put the drink on top of that, and it won't stick. And apparently, whoa. I don't know if he's right or wrong at this point. Why would salt, I guess.
The spirit of his grandfather intervened.
Jesus, you guys have cancer of the funny bone. We're going to have a meeting after the show. The spirit of his grandfather intervened. What does that fucking mean, Ryan?
Poltergeist.
Oh, my bad. Again, a reference that was relevant in when did that movie come out? 91?
Jason, look that up.
88? You guys need transfusions. You look like a couple of fucking Draculas. 888-599-6425. Call in. Help me kill time. We're raising money for sick kids. A couple of them in there. Obviously, they have... What now, Ryan? Don't get too chatty. I'll fucking come in there. Let's get to it. I was at the Fat Black Pussycat last night. I'll be there Saturday night at 6 p.m. That's Saturday day. Who the fuck goes to a comedy show at 6 p.m.? What, are you blow-drying your hair at noontime and washing your ass? I mean, for the love of Christ. I get young people. They're all young people there last night. And it's a terrific room. But let me remind you something. The Comedy Cellar, the Village Underground, Fat Black Pussycat, they call the lounge. They're all the Comedy Cellar people. And they all sit on the campus of NYU. So you don't think I've gone through hell for the last 20 years doing comedy every night in front of a table of Asians who all got 4.0s. Why did I say Asians? They fucking... It's not even them. It's the little white chicks. I don't even know why I said that. Anyways, so I was there last night, and I'm doing fine. Hadn't been on in a while, trying new shit up front. It's working. I'm happy. I'm about 15 minutes in. I wasn't talking about anything provocative. I was talking about drinking and speeding. I like to drive really fast, and talking about trying to get into the city from here, what a pain in the ass it is. And went into a story about me getting summons for jury duty, which brought in some ethnic references. And about 15 minutes in, some woman, girl, chick, fucking broad, whatever you call yourselves, good looking too, stands up and has to give me the fucking lecture. First, she starts talking loud with her friends to get my attention, and it worked. I could tell. I go, "What's the matter, miss?" I'm like, "What?" and she stands up. I just think you're racist and blah, blah, blah. She has to let the 75, 80 people in the know that she's unhappy and that she's morally superior to us. And I just fucking looked at her. And
You can't handle the truth!
And she cried. No, and I just said fucking, I didn't snap. Again, years ago, I must be growing up, finally hit in my 50s. I would have dropped the C-bomb on her in 2 minutes. I would have said, go home and make your fucking husband a sandwich and then iron his shirts. That type of shit. That usually gets under this. Even Jason blushed at that one. But I didn't. I said, hey, sorry I'm not your cup of tea. But she has to get all fucking cunty and go, oh, I'm sorry that this audience isn't right for you. Which they all snickered. I go, excuse me? I go, so you're the audience because you're the only one in here that's not right for me. And I said, sorry, I'm not your cup of tea, blah, blah, blah. I didn't even give her the, hey, did you do your research before you came out? Didn't even give her that line. But she has to stand up, sanctimonious. Half the country thinks they're morally fucking superior, and they have no reason to believe that. The people who yell bigot and racist and all that horse shit. I'm fucking tired of it. Look, I got fired from Sirius for a tweet, got sucker punched by a girl in Birkenstocks, and now this last night. I'm getting a little fucking tired. You know, I'm getting a little fucking tired of it. I'm starting to feel it firsthand, this fucking left-wing fascism. Stay the fuck out of a comedy club, you humorless whore, because that's all you are. That's all you are. You don't know me. Nobody else had a problem with it, because I said after she left, I said, now that the tumor has been removed from the patient, we can feel much, and the whole place fucking clapped. I felt bad. She was with 3 or 4 other people who waited till she exited, and then they, maybe they were trying to distance themselves from her. But it's embarrassing. You make assholes of yourselves when you do that. You just walk out quietly if you don't. I don't need a fucking lecture from you. What a waste of tits and ass. Can I say that? Now you can hate me. But boy, what is it, man? And again, 98% of the time, it's females. And let's go to the comedy club and take the shit literally. And it wasn't even any of my edgiest stuff. I think I did Bill Cosby stuff, and I compared black, he's a serial rapist, which I think serial crime. It's a bit I played the other day. And that's where I think I got her. And it just goes to show the mind-fucking people her age they have ingested this PC horseshit from television and movies and sitcoms and commercials. They really think they shit Rocky Road. It's fucking... You made an ass of yourself last night. Not me. And by the way, they let me smoke on stage last night. Which I hope I didn't get them in trouble. I asked like 3 times. I said to the manager, clear it. I don't want you guys to lose your liquor license. It's New York. It's fucking very PC. Next thing you know, they brought up an ashtray I didn't even see, and I was allowed to smoke on stage. I'm sure that didn't make a few people happy, but tough shit. If it's in your contract and it's part of your act, which it's not technically part of my act, but I'm a nervous guy and I'm much funnier when I have a cigarette in my fucking hand. Just like Jason last night at his Courtney Barnett what was it?
Courtney Barnett.
It is Courtney Barnett?
Yeah.
Oh, I had it.
Good job. Yeah, you did it.
What does she look like? Piece of ass?
Pull up a picture.
Well, when you find the picture, pull it up, and I don't want to yank it to it. I just want to let people know. And I never heard of her. That doesn't mean that she's not talented, and I'm in my late 70s. Why would I know a broad who has one hit single in fucking Australia? Why? Because you have the internet. Kiss my grits. 888-599-6425. 888-59. So anyways, yeah, that girl had to stand up and let us all know that she's morally superior. And boy, I hope you get hit by a drunk driver real soon.
Here's that picture, Nick.
That looks like one of my cousins, a male with long hair. No, she looks like a real artist. I hope that was in her. Is she like a superstar?
Not really like a superstar, but Prospect Park is a pretty big venue, so.
How big, Jace?
I have no idea. It just seems big to me, I guess, because I'm kind of a small person.
That wasn't even a joke. He was just being honest.
No, I know. I'm a small person. So according to you, my fucking bathroom looks like Madison Square Garden.
I got lost in there 10 minutes before the show.
No, you didn't, because this house was built in 1937 by fucking midgets from Europe. The toilet, you go to sit on, your knees are in the tub, and the phone rings, you just reach in the kitchen. Anyway, well, she looks like an artist. I'll give her that much. Hope she washes.
Poltergeist was 1982, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. That's irrelevant. 20 minutes later, fuck faces. Jesus Christ. 1982? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
That's fucking 36 years ago. You see why? And you referenced that. Not bad. 888-599-6425. Let's get to America falling apart at the seams. Can we? I just found this as I was researching the show today, but you know me. I look at everything with eagle hawk eyes. And there was a fight at a McDonald's. Nobody could even confirm. What are you doing, Ryan? What are you doing? Why are you doing that with your hands? You're like Herman Munster. That's distracting.
Sorry, I got excited. My bad.
Why? What was that about?
He just found a good picture.
Okay. Of what?
Mark Zuckerberg.
We're not on to that yet.
You asked.
I didn't fucking ask. I'm talking about McDonald's right now. You're breaking my flow, motherfuckers. Anyways. But I was flipping through it, and I found this on Twitter. A brawl broke out at McDonald's. Again, they said they think it's in Vegas. But we'll watch it, and then I'll break down the participants. I'll break it down racially and roll the tape, kids.
I'd like to build the world a home and furnish it with love. Grow apple trees and honeybees and snow white turtle doves. I'd like to teach the
Little titty.
world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to hold
Diversity.
my arms
Melting
and
pot.
keep it company. I'd like to
Get a little horny watching this.
the world for once, all standing hand in hand, and hear them echo through the hills for peace throughout the land. That's the song I hear, the loudest thing.
Like a lion tamer.
Oh, yeah.
All right. That's the melting pot. And you're like, what are you talking about? How's race even involved? Well, 888-599-6425. 888-599-6425. Can we roll that back to the beginning? I like to break it down because again, we all sing about diversity and its strengths and shit, but fellas, there you go. Right from the beginning. Can we pause it? Oh, she got her with a tray. The big girl is, I'm guessing, I looked at it, half black, half white. I say she's biracial, professional wrestler. The girl she's beaten up is Asian. Let's roll it a little. You'll see. Well, she looks Asian after the pounding she took. Yeah, it's a Twitter clip thing. What are they, both passed out? Then there's a kid, that guy in the background, he's got cornrows. He could be Hispanic or white. She's still going. She threw a shake at this woman. And then this girl in the blue comes in. This might be the toughest fucking McDonald's staff in the country. She's like, I don't know, Samoan and Mexican, Filipino. And watch her. Gilligan, little buddy. Oh, and then the big chick takes one in the face. And now it's 2-on-1. And she sit down. Have a seat in booth number 2, bitch. And her titty came out. Okay, that's enough. But my point being, there's not a Tommy Johnson or a Susie Williams in the fucking. And my point is, it's diversity. We sing about it and bop. And there you go. There was 9 cultures right there. And that's what we've become. A country of squabbling ethnicities living next to each other with nothing in common. And the big girl goes like this. At the end, she goes, don't disrespect. We don't have the audio, right? She said, don't disrespect my mama. And she did that black hand gesture.
We got that audio.
Yeah, it was before that, I think. It was before that. But point being is, she said, don't disrespect my mama. And I think she's biracial, and all right, guys, it was before that, but anyways, but I'm just making a point. Nothing's melting pot my ass. It's a salad bowl filled with fucking donkey shit, M&Ms, and carrots. Okay, nothing's blending, nothing's working. Keep singing my first CD. And I know we need people from Asia, Indians and Asians, and yes, they are the future. The people come over here and bust their ball, but I'm just fucking saying, every time I see one of these things going viral. 888-599-6425, the phone number. People are still at work. But I thought that was a good brawl. We showed hockey fights yesterday at the closing of the show during Liberace's little speech. Can't do that. Copyright infringement. Imagine the fucking NFL. NHL, I should say NFL. NHL, who still pay their players like shit compared to the other three major sports. But they got, you can't do that. Let's get on with the show, huh? What's it about today? What else? Censorship from the left. What the fuck else? Real quickly, to give you an example of that, my YouTube page, okay? Two comments under review on my YouTube page. Some guy said, Nick, please have on your show the legend Sam Hyde. Sam Hyde was maligned, defamed. Can we make that bigger? If you can, no biggie, I'll read it. Sam Hyde was maligned, defamed by BuzzFeed, slandered by many leftists in Hollywood, and had his popular show canceled on Adult Swim, which is the Cartoon Network, because of leftist lies and propaganda. He's since had YouTube, Facebook, and several Twitter accounts shut down. This guy says, who wrote this, by the way, the guy goes by the name of God. Boy, apparently we stream everywhere. I mean, fucking God's watching my YouTube page. The dude is Andy Kaufman of our times. I wouldn't go that far. I watched him. He is funny. He's from Fall River, Massachusetts. And, okay, so that got flagged on YouTube because the guy was such a funny right-winger. And then Paul M's commented. He said, we knew who Trump was when we voted for him. That's all his comments said. That also got flagged as controversial on YouTube. Okay? I mean, what the fuck, really? Because Trump's name was mentioned, and Sam Hyde, a funny kind of right-wing crazy dude, and that's it. And that got flagged on YouTube. And then Alex Jones today, I guess he's banned for 90 days. He gets another strike against him for putting up a couple of videos, and of course, YouTube called them hate speech, and one of them was showing somebody pushing a little girl to the ground, and the word Muslim was mentioned. The elitist assholes are going to tell you, and it's what they do best. They're going to tell you what hate speech is. And they've been doing this forever. I said it on Tough Crowd, guys. You were probably 4 in your diapers. Said it on Tough Crowd. Every time they disagree with you, people on the left or the far left, they label it hate speech. Doesn't matter what you're talking about. It has nothing to do with race, ethnicity. When they disagree with you, that's hate speech. You're a hater. And it worked because we have stupid legislation called hate speech. And they've been fucking using it as a cudgel, and you can't blame them. They get away with it.
It's one of the few things not protected by the First Amendment.
What's that?
Hate speech.
It's not protected by the First Amendment?
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm going to get all Alan Dershowitz on me.
Just saying.
There's no such thing as hate speech. There's something called free speech. That's all it is. You can label it hate. Why hate speech legislation is a bunch of shit, and I give this example many times on the show. Let's say you got an offender bender with a guy. You get out, you both have road rage. You start beating the fuck out. You start pounding on this guy, and, you call him a cocksucker, or and it turns out he's gay. You're going to fucking jail under hate speech. It's evil because it's trying to tell you what's in your mind when you fucking get in. If I get into a beef with fucking, I'm going to use this. If I get in a beef with a gay guy or a black, I'm going to use the language that they hate the most. But you can't get into my head and say that means I hate them. But again, a product of the fucking left, but those comments got flagged on YouTube. Those 2 innocuous comments by people who watch my YouTube channel. And Alex Jones has been booted I don't know how many times. 888-599-6425. Guys, are the phones on?
Yeah.
Are you fucking sure you're not sitting on a cord?
I will check under my ass.
Not the first time he said that. Oh, but let's stay on because the elitist jerk-offs and the people who run Facebook, Twitter, all that shit, they're going to tell you what's hate speech. They're going to tell you what's real news as opposed to fake. And we all know they lean left in their politics. So, and that's how they're doing it. 888-599-6425. Headline, Facebook shareholders try to fire Mark Zuckerberg. Shareholders are trying to fire Zuckerberg as chairman of Facebook because of the social media giant's mishandling of recent scandals, including the Cambridge Analytica data saga, Russian meddling in the U.S. election, and fake news. And listen to this. The stocks plummeted today. They had a shitty second quarter, and that coupled with all these new privacy rules in Europe, people are dropping off of Facebook. So Facebook came out and said to their shareholders, look, it's going to be not a good third quarter either. So people are jumping ship, and shares plummeted by some 21%, wiping out an estimated $150 billion in market value. And I printed this like this morning. I think it got even $150 billion, and European privacy rules went into effect in May, which partly resulted in Europe users dropping from 377 mil to 376 mil. Fallout from Cambridge Analytica scandal, in which personal data from 87 million Facebook users was collected, prompting several apologies from Zuckerberg. Facebook's new video feature allowing InfoWars on its platform. Oh my God, God forbid. Despite it peddling conspiracy theories, including that Sandy Hook was a hoax. Zuckerberg was also called on to remove harassing comments from Sandy Hook, blah, blah, fucking blah. You all heard the shit. Zuckerberg's personal wealth also took a hit, with him losing nearly $20 billion in just 2 hours. He saw his net worth, and again, this was at 11 o'clock this morning, his net worth tumbled by $18.8 billion. 18.8 billion. Can you imagine having that kind of do? You lose $18 billion. A record drop in after-hours trading, taking him down 4 spots on the Forbes World Billionaire list. Jesus, what's he going to do for a living? Okay, guys, that's funny. You got to clear that shit with me. You guys are cornball, okay? You went to a fucking Courtney Barnett concert, and then Ryan, I don't know what you do. Spit.
I just sit at home and stare at the ceiling.
Oh, boy. Anyways, my point is he lost $18 billion in 5 minutes or something, his personal wealth. And here's the bit. Facebook, right, was created for what? For guys to get laid, to make it easier to get pussy. Only an invention that was created to make it easy for guys to get laid would cost a guy $18 billion in 5 minutes. That's all there is to it. You realize that's why it was created, right? Civilization evolved as a result of men trying to meet the demands and expectations of women, somebody once said, which is so fucking true, right? Think of the dishwasher. A woman washing dishes complaining her hands are fucking raw. Husband goes down, steals the toolbox, comes up 2 hours later. He's invented the dishwasher. She's like, thanks, it'll save me so much time. He's like, okay, now get in your panties and get on top of it. I mean, that's how civilization evolved. And then they fucked and had kids. Am I right? Oh, of course. 888-599-6425. 888-599-6425. But holy moly. Can you imagine? It dropped like 20% and whatever. So, but again, it had a lot to do with how they handle shit. And in Facebook related news, more of it, Facebook executives defend having Fox News atrocious InfoWars on platform. This is another example. The whole show is about left-wing censorship today. Listen to this. Facebook executives, and this is from the Daily Mail. You can't find a more left-wing newspaper in England. Facebook executives promoting their video-on-demand service got into a combative exchange with reporters while at the Television Critics Association press tour in Beverly Hills on Wednesday. The issue, the presence of right-wing conspiracy site InfoWars and Fox News on the social networks platform. The kerfuffle started when Fiji Simo, Facebook's vice president of video, I'm sure we know how he voted, was asked about InfoWars stories on their platform while touting new Facebook Watch entertainment shows. And he said, to be totally transparent, I find InfoWars to be absolutely atrocious, Simo replied. That being said, we have the hard job of balancing freedom of expression and safety. So the way we navigate that is we think there's a pretty big difference between what is allowed on Facebook and what gets distribution. They're admitting if they disagree with something, and again, these guys are all lefties, don't kid yourself, that they create algorithms that aren't going to let it get distributed. So what we're trying to do is make it so that if you are saying something that's untrue on Facebook, first of all, who the fuck are you to say whether it's untrue or not? Oh, my God. You're allowed to say it as long as you're an authentic person and you adhere to our community standards. By that, they mean left-wing horseshit politics. But we're trying to make it so it doesn't get that much distribution. So they're being pretty transparent right there. The reporter says, how do you limit distribution? And then Simo replies, when we have something that we think that a fact checker, and who is that? Mike Wallace? That a fact checker told is probably not true, or a lot of our audience is telling us is not true, we just limit distribution. Yay, so we're promoting groupthink now. Do you really think the people that run these fucking sites that live in Silicon Valley and they're worth billions and that went to Stanford and fucking Harvard, do you really think they think like the average Trump voter? So don't fucking tell me these algorithms are not biased. My mother's ass. Here's a reporter yelling out, one of the most prominent organizations you're working with is Fox News, and they're sort of incorrigible about proliferating a lot of misinformation. Can you speak to your reasoning behind that? Why would you want to work with an organization like that when, as you said, you're trying to limit the spread of false information as opposed to MSNBC, fucking CNN, ABC, NBC? At this, Rick Van Veen, head of global creative strategy at Facebook, jumped in. He said, yeah, well, given that we have limited time, he says, I'd like to keep it, meaning Fox News. Fidji and I don't lead the news organization. Campbell Brown does. She used to work for CNN. Another reporter in the background yells, answer the question to Simo. And he yells again, we have limited time. Another reporter, we'll give you time, Simo. We have a range of news shows we're representing. Reporter, but Fox News is still on every day, including the weekends on this programming list. And Simo says, the guy from Facebook, so is CNN. And this gets a chuckle from the press that was present, presumably because they don't think CNN and Fox News are remotely compatible when it comes to accuracy. And they're abso-fucking-lutely right. Fox is way more honest than CNN. You need fucking examples? How about Donna Brazile, who worked for CNN, who had the questions before the debate when Trump and Hillary were going to debate? She had the questions for Hillary. She was a pundit on CNN. And we have a clip of James O'Keefe, you know, Project Veritas. He went undercover. We got a clip of him talking to at the time, a young guy, a CNN producer, who admits that all the Trump coverage was bullshit. Roll the tape, kiddies.
Constantly, like, Russia this, Russia that.
Because it's ratings.
Because it's ratings?
Our ratings are incredible right now.
But honestly, you think the whole Russia is just like
Could shit. I mean, it's mostly shit right now. Like, we don't have any big giant proof. I just feel like they don't really have it, but they want to keep digging. Mm-hmm. And so I think the president is probably right to say, like, look, you are witch hunting me.
That's from a CNN producer. And I don't know why I find a clip on the fucking internet and it's bleeped. It's the fucking internet, for Christ's sake. I can watch a guy in Iowa fuck his cat, but I can't fucking find a clip of fucking bleeping bullshit on the fucking internet? What the fucking world coming to? So there's a couple of, and they're saying Fox News isn't legit. Are you fucking dog styling me? As compared to CNN? Again, this is from the Daily Mail in England, so take it for what it's worth. But anyways, imagine Zuckerberg. You can imagine being able to lose $16 billion, and you don't really feel it. People get all excited about this. Okay, they'll have maybe a bad third quarter, but then they'll come up with something stupid the kids will fall for. Although people in their teens are bailing from it. So I hear. You're not on Facebook, you guys, right?
Jason doesn't have a Facebook. I only use Facebook to talk to people, like the instant messenger. I haven't posted in like 9 months.
Now, why is that? Why would you use instant messenger on Facebook as opposed to?
It's just convenient. I've got all the people I talk to on it. So, I mean, they read all my messages. I know that, but
Yeah. I was never a fan. I get overwhelmed on Facebook. I can't even understand it. People always laugh at me. I go, I have a private page, obviously, and then I have my fan page and shit. And I don't get the whole feed. 1 minute I'm looking at my Aunt Carol at a goddamn wedding, and the next minute it's a kid I went to college with, fucking chugging beers and throwing up in his living room, and I couldn't separate the two. There's too much shit. That's why I like people badmouth Twitter and shit, and they should. Because of the bias, but at least you jump in face first. People are throwing mud at each other. I know what it is. I like 140 to 300 characters, whatever it is now. Anyway, let's go to Gene in Armonk. That's not far from here. Gene wants to talk about hate speech. Gene, welcome to the show, fella.
Nicky. Well, thank you very much, Nick. Hey, I just want to say real quick, I don't want to get banned. I love the Twinks. But he was kidding about saying hate speech is not covered by the First Amendment. Calls to violence are not covered, but there's no such thing as hate speech. He was kidding around, right?
I said there was no such thing as hate speech.
I think it's that is
no,
under
but I mean, there is.
calls to violence falls under that. It's some weird.
You can't yell fire in a crowded fucking
not.
theater, right, Gene?
Exactly. If
Right.
I say I don't like this kind of person, if quote unquote hate speech in today's day, that's not a call to violence. Your professors are lying to you.
They don't even go to school. They dropped out. They went to DeVry.
Hey,
But listen, Gene. But my point is, Gene, people on the left use it. Hate speech anytime they disagree now, it's considered hate. I brought that up years ago on Tough Crowd. I go, what is this? Every time, even when it has nothing to do with the race, ethnicity, doesn't fall into the legislation, they always say, that's hate. And they've got away with it for so fucking long, and it works. I mean, do you notice that?
Exactly.
I've had enough of it.
Oh, I do. And I was just going to say.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say real quick. I'm not a big fan of InfoWars, but it just goes to show. People were telling me years ago, you got to stick up for the fringe stuff because they're going to start saying Fox News and the middle of the ground.
That's right.
Stuff is the extreme crazy stuff.
That's right.
And you know what? That's exactly what's happened.
That's
I'm sticking up for everything at this
No,
point.
that's a great point. The slippery slope, and InfoWars. Look, Alex Jones. I actually was interviewed by Roger Stone on InfoWars. Roger Stone loved my radio show. The very flamboyant guy that was a Trump advisor. And anyways, but yeah, Alex Jones sort of lost me on the Sandy Hook shit. And I like Alex. I like some of the stuff I see on there. And you should question everything. But like the Sandy Hook shit, I couldn't wrap my head around that.
Yeah, I think they've even taken some of his stuff out of context. But either way, I'm pretty much with you. But you know what? They're already admitting it. Hey, Fox News is extreme right. I got to get rid of it.
Right.
It's not. They're not even trying to hide it anymore.
I know. No,
we got to stand up. And unfortunately, I don't see a lot of my friends who lean right. Really, I don't see them boycotting Facebook or, they're not making a stand. They're not getting organized like the left.
Yeah, you know why? Do you know why that is, Gene? Let me tell you why. They're too busy with their families and work and important shit.
True. You got a good point.
I look at these douchebags.
Hey, Nick, we're going to come see you Saturday night.
Fat Black, I'll see you there. Thanks for the call, Gene. Appreciate it, buddy.
We'll see you. We'll see you for the lunchtime show.
All right, take bye. Yeah, that's because people on the right are raising families. You really think they're laying on their bed at 10 in the morning on Twitter fighting with people? Who's more apt to be doing that? Somebody who voted for fucking Hillary or Trump? It's just fucking ridiculous. But he's right. You got to defend it all. That's why I said there's no, technically, yeah, there's now hate speech legislation, but You can't get into the minds of somebody. And like I said, social media is run by the Zuckerbergs of the world and shit. And you think they fucking voted like me or you? Bullshit. And anytime they disagree, I'm so tired of it. Here's the words I don't want to hear again the rest of my life. Hate. Community. Our community. How many fucking times? Diversity. My first CD that came out like 1993. I don't know. I was in 95. I think I was in LA at the time. I'm actually screaming how much I hate diversity. And I don't mean that, you know what I mean. I mean hearing the mantra of diversity, because it doesn't always work. And I was just so tired of it. But community, hate, diversity, bullying, that's the fucking latest one. I hear people on the Senate floor, men and women, adults, saying the word bullying. I'm going to reach through the TV and fucking bully them. Most of the people that cry bully, I'm glad they got bullied when they were kids. They had it coming, because when they grew up, they turned out to be assholes. Sort of a DiPaolo. Ryan and his real serious look on his face. You can tell he was the victim of many a wedgie right after dance class. Am I right, Ryan?
I love a dance class. And then there's always words, which are fine. I'm over that shit.
All right. Yeah, it's the physical shit. I agree with that. Words. When I was at, I have a radio show, terrestrial radio, K-Rock, right after Howard Stern's thing. And I think Don Imus got in trouble. So they handed us a thing we were supposed to read the night it happened. And I brought it on the air because the first thing said words hurt. And I said, no, they fucking don't. Never been hurt by a word in my life. Well, emotionally, well, then you're too soft for this planet. The place is a cesspool. Grow some thick skin, you motherless tit wonder. Yes, Ryan? Your thoughts?
Yeah.
Don't lean into the mic if you don't have anything to say, okay?
Got you.
These guys, these millennials, they are like a moth to a light bulb when it comes to fucking. They want to get out there, and they will. They're part of a big show right now. I cleared 11.5 doing comedy last year. They don't get the humor in that because that's good money for them. Excuse me, but yeah, please don't tell me what the fuck. Please don't tell me Facebook. Please don't tell me what real news is and what fake news is, because nobody was saying it till Trump came into office. We were all saying it at home. I was 25 years old sitting in a Delta airline watching the TV in the terminal, watching Wolf Blitzer and going, this guy is fucking lying through his German fucking shitty white beard. And Trump can't say it enough. I don't give a shit. For the 30 or 40 years that people just bit their tongues on the right and took it in the ass from the media, he can't say it enough. People are sick of hearing it, but it's true. Take my word for it. Let's go to Larry. God, I hope this is Larry the truck driver. It might not be. It might be. Larry in D.C. Larry, how are you? What's going on?
Hey, what's up, Nick? It's not Larry the truck driver, unfortunately.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah, I'm going to be coming to see you at the Arlington Ale House, not the Alexandria Draft House, like I said a few weeks back. I got the name of the place wrong.
Okay.
Look forward to seeing you there.
All right, I appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah, as far as Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, we all know they're run by leftists. They censor. Even the president said something in Twitter today about checking on Twitter because of shadow banning
yes.
conservatives
yes.
and people on the right.
Yeah.
But I will say I think Zuckerberg, now they're coming after him, just like the Papa John guy. Like Zuckerberg actually, said, well, Holocaust deniers, blah, blah, blah. It seems like at least he's a little as center as you're going to get for these liberal conglomerates, if you want to call them, as opposed to Jack Dorsey or Google running YouTube.
Yep.
And,
So you're saying that you're saying Zuckerberg's a little more open-minded because he's allowing people who deny the Holocaust on Facebook.
Just a little.
I know. No, you're right.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But remember this Project Veritas? They sent the guy. They sent the guy undercover at Facebook. No, there was a guy that worked for Facebook came out saying what really went on is hiring at Facebook, and they wanted to hire less white guys. There was another. He remember that guy? He came out like 6 months ago, and he got canned immediately for revealing the practices.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's why. I mean, it's kind of creepy because the internet is global, man, and the Orwellian feel. It's becoming more real than I ever thought it could. But it's kind of creepy, like Wally would say, and leave it a bit. Kind of creepy, isn't it, Beef? Hey Wally, Hey Wally, Hey Wally, I used the word coon on Twitter, but I was talking to raccoon. I got all kinds of trouble for it and stuff. Dad thinks I'm a creep. Anything else, Larry? Anything else?
Yeah. No, that should be it. I'll be calling in before you come out here anyway. So
beautiful. I look forward to it.
Look forward to the shows. You've been doing great.
Thank you, Larry.
Good
talking to you. 888-599-6425 is the phone number, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm just tired, man. All day today. I wake up and I see the comments that get flagged on my YouTube, innocuous comments, and then I look at the newspaper, and I see shadow banning is real because it happened to me on Twitter. Remember Milo Yiannopoulos, the very flamboyant right-wing gay guy who went to Berkeley and to speak, and they almost burned down the school and shit. We actually texted each other or direct message on Twitter or whatever, and I said, dude, my followers have dried up. Are they freezing me? He was like, this is a couple years ago. I go, I hit this fucking wall, and he goes, oh yeah, they're fucking with you. And then he getting all kinds of shit later on, and it's a real thing. I'm not talking about what happened recently with Twitter, where they purged a bunch of fake accounts and everybody lost millions. Obama lost 2 million, and there's a lot of people on there who pay to get followers. All that shit was douched. I'm not talking about that. Way before that. So it's, and again, Jack Dorsey has made some of the most left-wing comments. The CEO of these are the people who run the fucking planet right now, and I'm enjoying fighting back. Is all I'm saying. But that's all the show is about. That, and I might get to the story where Trump says he's going to probe Twitter over shadow banning. That's when you're tweeting out and you're thinking you're talking to your followers, and they're not even seeing it. And it's pretty obvious. All of a sudden, it's like, it's like yelling down a hallway that echoes all the time. All of a sudden, no echo comes back, and you're like, what the fuck? Ryan, you all right? You look either depressed or constipated or something.
I am so hungry, Nick.
Are you really?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to cook for you guys eventually when I know you better. I don't know what you like to eat. Courtney Barnett, apparently. Let's move on, shall we? 888-599-6425. Here we go. A New Jersey more censorship, and again, New Jersey radio host taken off air after Turban Man, that's in quotes, jabs at state attorney general. A pair of hosts on one of New Jersey's top radio stations have been bounced from the airwaves after they mocked the state's attorney general, who is a Sikh American, as a turban man on the air. Dennis Malloy and Judy Franco made the inflammatory comments about Attorney General Gruel on their Wednesday afternoon show on Jersey 101.5 while talking about his plan to suspend marijuana prosecutions. And then one of the disc jockeys said, in quotes, the new Attorney General? I'm never going to know his name. I'm just going to say the guy with the turban, said Malloy. That's the guy. Turban Man, Franco said. She's the female disc jockey. Turban Man, Franco could be heard saying. Malloy laughing. Then blames Gruel, who wears a turban as part of his faith, for his inability to remember his name. And Malloy says, in quotes, if it offends you, then don't wear the turban, man, and I'll remember your name, Malloy laughed. But Turban Man, is that highly offensive? I don't even fucking get the joke. No. It's not highly offensive, but it's not funny, and it's not fucking original. He asked his female, co-worker, radio partner. Is that highly offensive? She says, to me, no. To people who wear turbans, it could be, replied Franco. So they get canned for this. They booted off the... Let's play a clip. I think we have...
Oh, you have got to be kidding, sir. First you think of an idea that has already been done, and then you give it a title that nobody could possibly like.
Yeah, exactly. An idea that's already been done. What fucking... I'm not seeing the humor in it. I'm not seeing why that's Turban Man. I'm not seeing why that's fucking funny. But then it goes on. Outraged by the abhorrent... This is Governor Phil Murphy, the governor of New Jersey. He went on to Twitter, obviously, to denounce Malloy and Frank. Outraged by the abhorrent and xenophobic comments mocking Gruel, he wrote, adding, in quotes, hate speech, there it is again, has no place in New Jersey and does not belong... Yeah, no place in New Jersey. Hate speech? Really? Have you driven on the turnpike for 5 minutes? I think fucking hate speech was invented in fucking New Jersey, you asshole. It's filled with fucking Guinea mobsters and fucking psycho Newark fucking drug dealers. Don't tell me what fucking hate speech. No room for hate speech in New Jersey. Are you dog-styling me? It was invented in fucking Newark, for Christ's sake. Hate speech has no place in here and does not belong in our airwaves. There it is again, though, hate speech. Station management must hold the host accountable for these intolerant and racist comments. Talk about over the fucking top. I'm saying these people should be penalized because it's not funny. It's not original. But that's really saying Turban Man is considered hate. This is what I'm talking about. How does that fall under the fucking category of hate speech? Because you mentioned a turban? How about all the shit they call, and I'm not just talking about radio hosts, I'm talking about national TV news anchors, all the shit that Trump's been called for the last year and a half. Fucking Nazi, racist, bigot, misogynist, fucking orange, dumb white man. Is that covered under it? Go ahead, Ryan.
I got nothing for you, Nick.
Oh, you're looking at me with loving eyes. I thought you did.
I love you.
Give me a fucking break.
You're gonna cook for me.
Do you find seriously, Turban Man? Is that
that's like calling Jason lesbian shirt man? Like it's not funny.
No, I don't fucking get it. By the way, every cab you get into almost in New York, a Sikh is driving it. You're not going to find more hardworking people and shit. Remember after 9/11, the Sikhs are the ones that wear like the turban. Remember after 9/11, some fucking idiot racist redneck in Arizona shot a guy who was a Sikh. An Indian guy at a gas station in Arizona somewhere, thinking he was a terrorist because he had a turban. But turban, that's now that's hate speech. Calling a guy turban man. What the fuck? What is going on? Governor Murphy, Jersey, will you ever learn? My God, stop voting these assholes in. The hosts are also blasted by the ACLU of New Jersey. Racism isn't cute, it's just racist. You're not cute, you're fucking ignorant. Shut your hole. A short while later, New Jersey 101.5 posted a story on its website saying Malloy and Francis were off the air until further notice. Wow. I'm just flagging them for not being fucking funny. Turban Man. Hey, look at the guy, he's got a cowboy. We'll call him Cowboy Hat Man. You won't find harder working people, by the way. I remember living in Manhattan, and I remember getting picked up at like 9 at night all drunk, and a Sikh was, picked me up in his cab. And then I remember waving down a cab the next morning for like an audition at 10. It was the same guy. He hadn't fucking been to bed yet. But that is not hate speech, okay? Like I said, there's only free speech. Let's stop with the fucking whining. That goes for the girl last night at the comedy club, and this is just, I don't know, it's just fucking racist. And there's two segments of the population of this country: people who are soaking in this PC horseshit because you're dumb enough to believe it, you're ingesting it, and now you're raising kids on this shit, not to mention you send them to schools that pile on more of it. So there's a whole, as long as the mainstream media, is PC like this, Democrats will always have somebody running because we're a media-driven society and the TV is gospel to a lot of people. Let's see. Let's go to. Oh, it's our friend Bunny in Kentucky. Bunny, how are you? I can just. They typed in a whole paragraph of what you want to talk about. So I should have known it was you.
Imagine that. I'll try to keep it pithy.
Keep it pithy, Bunny.
First of all, I didn't get the name of the chooch who said it was abhorrent. This hate speech when it was.
Yes.
Seriously, people are getting the crap beaten out of them for MAGA hats. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So if we're talking about headwear,
yeah.
All right, Turban man. That's a nothing. That makes no sense. That's just stupid.
It hurts nobody's.
Fired over that.
It hurts nobody's feelings. Fucking and you're exactly right. People are literally getting assaulted for wearing Trump T-shirts and hats. I've read a ton of those fucking stories. But again, the left is hung up on words. Why are they hung up on words? Because it all starts with words. The definition of political correctness is to change people's behavior through language. And that's what they've done successfully for the last 40 years. And thank God Trump came along, the big orange doofus, and fucking calling them on their bullshit.
Well, the thing that makes me nervous is that this is a member of government telling us what's hate speech and what isn't. Hate speech is allowed as long as you're not doing things like the left does, like call for assassinations. That goes unchecked. But can we save the word abhorrent and horrible for the guy who shot up Canada and they're trying to cover up? I mean, he's just. Or what about Samantha Bee when she accused the president of like telling Ivanka she was a
cunt.
C-word,
yeah,
and telling her to wear something low cut, and to try to change his policy, implying that he screws his daughter.
How about
that's pretty freaking hateful.
No,
but
it's kind of sexy actually. No, I'm kidding. But how about the guy that shot up the fucking Republican baseball team? Yeah. I guess that goes beyond hate speech, but it starts with words. That guy thought it was all right to shoot up the Republican baseball team because of the fucking words he ingested for the last 5 years. Anyways, how's your fucking arm, buddy?
Exactly. I just wanted to well, it's my leg's still in a cast.
Oh, it's your leg.
But I did tell the Twinks. Telling the Twinks I'm sending them. I'm going to make some of the nice Italian cookies.
Beautiful.
And I'm going to send it to them. They need to eat.
Put some salt.
And you guys can have some too, but
put some ecstasy in it for the kids. Anyways.
Oh.
This goes out to Bunny.
Oh, I thought you said saltpeter. I'm like, I didn't know how it was. Love you, Nikki.
See you, Bunny.
With me.
You look like a mermaid in a tank.
There's all those dance classes.
Now that's music. Never mind Courtney Barnett. That was the first transgender.
She covered that one last night, actually.
That was the first transgender person I can remember. Anyways, let's get on with it. White House bars CNN correspondent from open press event.
Can you stay categorical? You are fake news, sir.
All right, get out! Get out!
A CNN correspondent was barred from attending an open press event at the White House on Wednesday because of questions she asked the President Trump earlier in the day. Caitlin Collins and her employer, CNN, say the White House denied Collins access to Trump's Rose Garden event with European Commission President. Who gives a fuck? Because officials found her earlier questions inappropriate. We actually have heard her trying to get into another press conference earlier that she was barred at. Let's take a look at that.
Open the door! No! Go away! Open the door!
That was in the wintertime when Trump wouldn't let her in the fucking... Collins had served as a representative of the television network during an earlier pool spray in the Oval Office. That sounds like something Clinton did to fucking Lewinsky. Little pool spray in the Oval Office. She and a handful of other reporters peppered the president with questions, including many focused on his lawyer, Michael Cohen. It is standard protocol for reporters to ask the president questions at such events. And Trump, unlike most of his predecessors, often engages. And he does. He always takes questions. He could be getting on Air Force One, walking through the Rose Garden, sitting on a porta potty. He always fucking, he's a camera hog. He's a goddamn camera hog. As Robert De Niro said in This Boy's Life, you're a goddamn candy hog, and you know it. So Collins says she was later reprimanded by Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders and Communications Chief Bill Shine, who told... They can't even write the article right. And she told she could not attend the Rose Garden. She was told she couldn't attend the Rose Garden event, which was open to all other members of credential media. But we're going to get to the meat of it in a second. It wasn't just about her... them not liking her because she was with CNN. On Thursday, Shine didn't address the situation directly, but quibbled with the use of the word ban in describing the action taken against Collins. He said, "Would you ask her if we ever used the word ban?" CNN, in a statement, objected to the move, calling it retaliatory in nature and not indicative of an open and free press. The fuck do you know about an open and free press, you lying cocksuckers? You've been beating on this guy around the clock for the last 2 fucking years. You had Donna Brazile on your network, I already brought it up earlier, who had questions to the debate before fucking Hillary debated Trump. You've been called on all kinds of horse shit. Don Lemon has retracted stories. How fucking dare you? But let's get to the real... Fox News President Jay Wallace said, "We stand in..." The reason she was booted was her behavior. She kept firing off questions, and after they were supposed to stop asking the president, and she wouldn't fucking leave. I'm not saying anybody should be banned, but it was a behavior thing. It wasn't just because she was from CNN, and that's what they're making the story fucking out to be. But Fox News stood with CNN, which they should. Jay Wallace, the president, "We stand in strong solidarity with CNN for the right to full access for our journalists as part of a free and unfettered press." Sanders, in her own statement, defended the decision, that was Sarah Huckabee Sanders, and claimed that Collins had shouted questions and refused to leave despite repeatedly being asked to do so at the end of the Oval Office event. Sanders said the White House made clear that other CNN journalists were invited to the next event, just not Collins. "To be clear, we support a free press and ask that everyone be respectful of the presidency and guests at the White House," she said. So she was acting like a little silly twat was the fucking problem, depending on who you want to believe. Okay? But don't you remember Obama? What he did to Fox News? First of all, he used to shit on him every chance he got. But I looked up a story. I remember him trying to ban some. Sure enough. This is from, it's Skeptics Stack Exchange, whatever the hell that is. According to Liberty Writers, the Obama administration made a deliberate effort to exclude Fox News from a press pool during the height of its war with the network. Newly released documents show, the Daily Beast reported. And then somebody asked, "Is this claim true?" And the referenced Daily Beast article is still available online as their source, posted by Judicial Watch. The issue in question was in 2009 when the White House wanted Feinberg to do interviews with major news networks, ABC, CBS, NBC, and CNN, but excluded Fox News. They originally claimed, this is the Obama administration, that this was a mistake, but as the documents obtained by Judicial Watch, this was done deliberately. And they have an Obama administration person saying, "Would prefer if you skip Fox, please."
Liar, whore, and you know it.
Regarding the broader claim of hypocrisy and CNN not reacting to the issue, ABC, CBS, NBC, and CNN unanimously said instantly, "No, that's not going to fly. Either Fox is in or none of us is doing it." So the press is like this, and Fox is sticking with CNN. And nobody should be banned from a press conference unless you're acting like a fucking doofus and being disrespectful. Nobody yelled shit at fucking Obama during press conferences. You watch these press conferences, it's hilarious. Every question is just fucking anti-Trump. It's just delicious. I'm not making it up, folks. It's really fucking ridiculous. But why have a free press if it's so fucking corrupt? They're more corrupt than Congress than anything. Everybody knows that. Look at the polls. Remember, they had fucking Hillary smoking Trump. Remember? He had no chance. And then Trump vows to probe Twitter over alleged shadow banning, which we kind of shadow banning of Republicans, prominent Republicans. And you're saying, well, who do you mean by that? He was reacting to claims made by GOP reps Matt Gaetz of Florida, Mark Meadows of North Carolina, and Jim Jordan of Ohio, that they have been shadow banned from the site, resulting in a loss of followers and lack of engagement with other users. A spokesman for Gaetz told The Hill that the congressman's office has detected a significant decrease in followers, which I did too, and retweets since around May 15th. This is way before the purge, when Twitter began cracking down on troll-like behavior and bots on the platform. See, they got spooked, the left and the people who run social media, because they really believe that all these Russian bots and shit is the reason that Hillary fucking lost. They can't admit to the fact that she was a 7,900-year-old fossil with thick ankles and a shit stain in her pantsuit and no memory and couldn't get through a speech without coughing up her fucking lungs. They're convinced. So they're going to crack down on who? Trump won, so it must be... There she is right there, Hillary. It's a good picture of her. She was looking at a... You know what she was looking at there? Diet ice cream. That was the face on her. Are you guys on Twitter?
I don't do much on Twitter, but yeah.
I said, guys. Jason, are you with me?
I'm not on Twitter, that is.
He has no social media.
You know what? I admire that kid fucking more than anybody in the country. Jason, why not? Tell me. I mean, because you're a young kid.
There's something kind of creepy about it.
Well, there's something kind of creepy about my wife, but I'm on her once every 10 years.
I don't know, I've seen how easy
honey,
it is
that was
to
a
get
joke.
sucked
She's
into
upstairs
it.
breaking dishes. What?
I've seen how easy it is to get sucked into it, and I just don't want to.
You must have been raised properly, because I'm 56 and I jumped right on that a few years ago.
It's so easy to everyone's fighting and it's entertaining.
It's how you guys get laid. It's how you meet boys, right? I mean, girls, right?
Yes.
Don't you, though? Isn't it? I mean, Facebook, how people interact?
I mean, I talk to people on Facebook. I've never gotten laid through Facebook, no.
No?
I'm just not that good.
You should try it. There's a lot of fucking apple dumplings your age out there.
Apple dumplings?
It's not too sexist, is it?
I've never heard that before.
I know. I just made it up, dingwit. Fucking, I don't know.
Oh, I thought it was your age.
That's unbelievable. You 23, whatever, Jason. And no social media.
Yeah, no, none.
That's fucking unbelievable. How'd you find out about Courtney Barnett concert? Through a transistor radio?
No, my younger brother's friend told him about the show, and then I was told through my brother.
Word of mouth.
Yeah.
Word of mouth.
Old school. Well,
Old
I mean,
school.
they probably found out on Twitter, but still.
Again, Facebook was created for guys like you to meet fucking broads and get and I know a lot of guys who take advantage of it, and girls. Filthy. I'm at that age where, I wanted to meet a guy. I had to do it the old-fashioned way, you know what I mean?
The old clubber over the head, drag her into the cage.
Yeah,
approach.
that type of shit, and I'd go out in the boardwalk, have a guy sketch me, in a Red Sox hat, but I would have a huge dick. That type, you know what I mean? Like the Reds, stuff like that. I used to have a whole bit about it. I can't remember. But you're lucky. I mean, you guys grew up in the age of internet porn. It's perfected. It's on one of my albums how, back we were looking at porn in the 70s. It was fucking the grossest shit. Now you guys, I mean, there's cheerleaders. They're 20 years old. They're in shape. They lift weights. And I have a bit that the first thing, it's called The Evolution of Porn. The first thing I masturbated to was the Indian on the Land O'Lakes butter box. That's a true story. And there's a trick you could do. She's kneeling down with her bare legs. You can cut the box and fold up her knees. It looks like her tits. My dad taught me that on my 10th birthday. Hell of a guy. And you can go on the internet and look that up. Excuse me. Fucking cigarettes. Anyways, I think that's it, folks. But the point of the show is there is no point. That if you lean a little right, there's a tidal wave of censorship, and whether it's a goddamn governor of New Jersey getting upset at two radio talk.
We found her.
There you go. There you go. You know what's creepy? The guy's thumb in the picture. That's kind of creepy. But I was in love with that little girl. Look, she's crying. Is she crying in the picture?
I think that's paint.
Is it paint? Because there was a commercial with an Indian in the 70s. Somebody drove by a car and threw a bag of litter, and he started bawling like a bitch. Her mascara's running. But global warming. Anyways, I guess that's it. I'm fucking rambling now, but I'm just saying, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, everybody's it's a whole group thing on the fucking left. That girl last night, and it's not just me. There's comics who lean left now who are getting fucking in trouble for making an innocuous rape joke or whatever. The only thing that separates from the third world shitholes is really freedom of speech. It's to me what makes this country. It's the best thing about this country. What other country can you go to the president or whatever and go, hey, you fat fuck you, and nothing will happen to you? Try doing that in fucking Venezuela or one of Bernie Sanders' wet dream fucking Marxist socialist countries. Be hanging from your nuts in the center square.
In what country can we whack off to the Land O'Lakes Butter Girl? Besides us.
Like at the food court? Only this one. Any other fucking place, you're going to get caned. You get caned for spitting, for Christ's sake, in Taiwan. Anyway, that's enough. I'm fucking rambling. Thank you guys at Patreon, again, for getting back to us and straightening this stuff out. And subscribers, keep subscribing. I got to get out there and start promoting this now. We're busy getting this thing off the ground, and it's off the ground. And that's about it. So next show will be, if I don't see you at the Fat Black Pussycat this Saturday night at 6 p.m., I will see you guys on Monday. All right? Remember, you think it, I'll say it. You're fucking welcome. Here's my favorite guy to tell you how much I love you.
I love you for helping me to construct of my life, not a tavern, but a temple. I love you because you have done so much to make me happy. You have done it without a word, without a touch, without a sign. You have done it by just being yourself. Perhaps, after all, that is what love means. And that is why